LOUDON Design is a conversion-led agency. We actually have three main focuses. So we have conversion, performance and security. And this week we've actually focused on all three, which is great to see because as projects build up, it shows that we are focused on the correct area. Big focus this week for one of our IT-based clients is actually building performance-based landing pages. So a lot of people, when they set up a paid-for campaign with Google, they just dump the traffic straight onto the homepage or a service page, thinking these pages are already set up to convert traffic anyway, so we'll just put them there and then that's an easy job for us. So when you're paying Google to send traffic to your website, you want to make sure that that traffic actually converts, but also you're not overpaying for the clicks that you're getting. So if I send you to the LOUDON Design homepage or the LOUDON Design service pages, I'm going to pay more per click than if I sent you to an optimized landing page. So it's kind of trick with ad campaigns to actually take a page aside and actually think about it purely from a conversion standpoint. Send them to a page that's already optimized for keywords, and it's already optimized for its images and also its conversion. So you've got your contact forms, whatever it is you're giving away, is it a free white paper, consultation, free quotation, whatever that happens to be to get the data capture going on, that page needs to be highly optimized to make sure you pay the lowest price per click. Another great little project we're working on is actually doing some design, like product design, for a coffee manufacturer here in Scotland. So we're working with a brand called Next Day Coffee to help them bring out a new syrup line. Now originally when the client gave us this job, I was thinking it's probably like what, 7, 8 different types of syrup. But in actual fact there's over 100 flavours of syrup. So it's a fantastic opportunity to show a design skill set, but also to show that we can actually help retailers and manufacturers bring their products to the market. So it's been a really exciting opportunity this week that we'll get to focus on that and really build that out for the client. One of the biggest focus of the week has actually been looking at security. So whether you're aware of this or not, but in October, Google are going to make a massive change. It's a monumental change in regards to web security, but it also shows the businesses that are not taking their security seriously. So in the past, it used to be a case that SSL certificates would have only ever been produced for e-commerce. Everybody else would have just been like, well, we're not really taking payments, we don't need to focus on it. That's where you're going to be affected by these oncoming changes. So let me just explain what's actually going to happen. So Google's going to affect you in three ways. First and foremost, in the browser, there's my fancy version of a URL bar, they're going to have this little padlock. So you've seen this on websites before. Any website secure will have this little padlock in the corner and they'll say secure. Up until this point, the icon that they've been using for unsecure is information. And when you click on that, it actually says the website's unsecure, but most users will never ever click that. But what they will click is if they see a little warning and it says not secure. And that's going to show in every single browser from here on out. So that's the first change that's happening with Google, but there's actually many changes happening that are going to affect you. So the next big one that's going to affect is actually when you look at the search results. So if you're searching for your website, so say for example you were looking for us, it would be Web Design Glasgow. You would run that search and you'll see the search results. So let's just say you're position 1, right? So you're fortunate enough to be number 1 on Google. This website's going to say on the search result that it's not secure, this is not a secure website, it's not a trusted website. And that's a problem for your business as well, because Google have a lot of authority in this marketplace. So if they're telling businesses this is not secure, you're going to get caught out with that. And the worst one of all is the last one. If you have any kind of input field, whether it's a contact form or a sign up form or an email newsletter, regardless of what it is, if you have the little input fields and it says even like name, so if you type in your name, so literally if I just put Jai for John, as soon as I've typed that in, Google's going to come up with a little warning at the top of the page that says you're entering your details into an unsecured website. Now every single one of them damages your trust with your customer. That's really bad. This is very easily preventable, but most businesses that I've audited in the last couple of weeks have actually failed these simple tests. So that's the problem, and now what I want to do is talk about what we plan to do about it. With a problem this size, it's fair to say that a company the size of LOUDON Design is not going to be able to help as many customers as we would ideally want. So what we've done is we've found another engineering company, My Server Guy. They're in a very similar space to us. They care about security, it's one of their big focuses. So we've teamed up with them to help customers really get value from that. What we've created is an 8-point check. So an 8-point checklist that actually goes through all the most serious security concerns. So the number one check that we do is whether you're going to fail on that Google change, okay? So you need to have your SSL certificate in place, it needs to be set up, and it needs to be done correctly. But there's many other ways that your business could be exposed to risk, because businesses get attacked every other day of the week. So what we've done is we're offering this 8-point checklist, and there was a massive debate about every single business I spoke to was saying it should be at different price points. So originally I wanted to charge a £5 for it, okay? So I thought at £5, you know, for a business, it's not a lot of money, and it allows them to check and see where they're at, okay? But the problem is £5 anchors it in the wrong price zone, and actually people think it's too cheap. So then it's like, oh well, it's not valuable because why would they be selling it at a £5? So people are saying it should actually be a lot higher for the value you're going, and this is the people that have seen the actual report. So I've shown someone a full report, and when they've looked at it, they're saying that should be well more money than a £5. So even if it was £100, the problem I have with that is most people will not look at £100 and say, you know what, I need to do this for my business. Some people will because they get how serious it is. Other people will look at that and say, I'm not spending £100 to do that. So you're actually getting these two things combating against each other. So what I thought is, well wait a minute, what if we could actually say, we're not going to do it for free because it doesn't make sense to do that. It does take us 30 minutes on average to actually run the test, change the report, email the client back, and then provide support, which is even more time, to actually discuss the findings of it. So what I was actually thinking is, well wait, what if we actually helped charity at the same time? So rather than paying me a £5, you would pay a nominated charity a £5. So you will help people while helping yourself, and that's the route that we've decided to take. So currently what we're doing is we're building a landing page, and on this landing page you're going to be able to just go on, put your name, telephone number, email address, and the URL you would like to be checked. So that's your web address. So for example, if I'm checking loudondesign.com, fill the details in, and then you can make a donation. Now we're going to allow you to make a donation at whatever level that you feel ethically that's okay. Okay? So you want to give a tenner, you want to give £20, that's absolutely fine, but we are asking for a minimum of £5. It's for a good cause. Okay, and we'll talk more about that. The reason why I'm not talking about the charity on this episode is because we've not actually spoke to the charity about doing this. So we want to secure the charity first, that they're happy with this being done. But that's the idea, that basically you will pay the charity £5 via the landing page, and then our team, either at My Server Guy or Loudon Design, will then follow up and conduct a report for you. So there you go, another fantastic week in the studio. We've had collaboration, had brand new clients, help charities, help businesses. Fantastic. That's me. Short intro, short outro, and we're out.